Give me a stick. Give me a stick. We got a stick? I want a stick. This is what happens. Because sometimes when you get in the fire, you ever had a campfire? The fire starts going out and it starts cooling down, and you start, you know, if you just, like, if you poke it a little bit and you start moving it around a little bit, you start seeing them red embers are glowing down in the bottom. That's because even in the midst of the ashes, there's still some embers that are burning hot. Somewhere in here tonight, there are some embers that are burning. Look in here. Look at them red, hot embers in there. In the midst of the ashes. There's some hot red embers in there tonight. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to start poking. I'm going to start poking each of y'all. I'm going to find out how many of y'all, if I keep poking you, if I keep moving the ashes out of the way in your life, is there going to be any embers down in there? Is there going to be any little glowing that's still in there? Even after all that time that your fire's been burning and it went out and you've become a pile of ashes, Mark, and you say, God, why won't you use me? What's wrong with me? What have I done in my life that's not been pleasing? And you've gone out and you've gone your own way just like I did. And you said, God set a fire up underneath me, but He looked at you and you was a pile of ashes because the fire had already burned out. He took that stick and started moving the ashes around, poking around in the fire, and he looked. There's some red embers in there. Woo! There's one. There's one. There's one. There's some red embers. There's some red embers. They're burning, but whoa! Wait a minute. Y'all need the Jesus fuel. That's what y'all need, because just like the disciples, they had to be refueled. Jesus had to refuel them. They seen Him crucified, seen Him buried, and they had to be refueled. There's embers that I've seen in each of y'all's lives. In the midst of the ashes, where the fire had once been has burned out, there is still embers burning on the deep inside, and I've seen them. But you know what? Even in the midst of the ashes, the devil sees it. The devil sees your ashes, and he starts coming around with his extinguisher. And he says, I'm going to get you, Scotty. I'm going to get you just like I got Thomas, and just like I got Peter. And I'm going to extinguish them flames, because I see that ember that's a burning in your life for Christ. And he comes up and sprays you, and he starts spraying all of you. And he's spraying all of you with the fire extinguisher. He's trying to extinguish the flame. Whoa! Woo! Boy, that's got more than one ember in that one. Well, won't this thing work? Man, there's too much Jesus fuel out here. Ah! And he takes off and he throws the extinguisher. He says, I just can't win in this world. It's just like Thomas and just like Peter. There's too much Jesus in this room. There's too much. Hey, somebody say Jesus fuel. Somebody say Jesus fuel.
Jesus fuel.
There's a fire that is purifying. There is a refining fire tonight. Can you smell it? There is an anointing in the air. There is smoke coming through my hair. No. I'm telling you, the refining fire and the purifying fire that is this.